Hello, tanking gamers. We are back with part 2 of the M103A2 and T-10B tank comparison. But first, let us give our wargaming prayer. Dear Tank Jeebus, grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change. For wargaming maketh the rules, so wargaming can breaketh the rules. Now, this is a fully upgraded M103A2 and T-10B, so this is like the final impressions, and there's sort of an interesting conclusion to all this. But first, let's talk about an upgraded M103A2. Well, ultimately, both things got their final gun, and the M103A2, well, it didn't change too much. Playing this with fully upgraded definitely came off as old reliable and slow. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the slow tank life, because this is kind of a sort of theme with this tank, and we're gonna have an honorary mention here shortly. But that was kind of the biggest. It's slow. Even now, the T-10B's upgraded booms now. Sorry, YouTube. Standard ammo on the M103A2 is only 1,000, just a hair over 1,000 meters per second. So, yeah, with a penetration of 360 millimeters, decent alpha, but okay, it's not a weak boom snout, but it fits with the whole tank. It's got good accuracy, an agreeable reload. It's just it doesn't change. Once you know this tank, it will never change, and you can count on it. It's old reliable. And this whole time, I guess the best way to describe this tank is, hang on guys, I'm coming. Not in the fun way. And that's, I guess, sort of its main attractor is, it won't find trouble. It will get to the trouble and hopefully help its team. Unless, you take the wrong route, or you go, or like sometimes it's like, no team, no. Don't go that way. The enemy will not be there. You're going in the wrong direction for this circle. I will go this way. Oh no, I have discovered the team and now I am dead. Whoa. So yeah, I did find, especially when I say overall, I still felt like the frontal armor, well, not the best, made me think, well, it might bounce. It might. If I keep my distance, definitely try to use my turret. Still though, it was like, I really don't want to get detected, because I don't really want to get hit by an ATGM, so yeah, I'll play catch up, keep back, and hope that I just kind of get to just stay undetected and just kind of roll around the map, seeing where I'm needed. That's, in a nutshell, how I felt about the M103A2. And as for that honorary mention, this is sort of like, it's honestly the British cushion is the Conqueror Mark 1 and I guess the Premium Mark 2. But yeah, you can sort of see where America and Britain were taking sort of similar lines. But the thing about the Conqueror is, it's a bigger and not as slow, but yeah, it's got the best booms now. Even compared to the T-10B, with that it's like, you can be confident as long as you've done the right calculations in your head to calculate speed and distance, that you can be confident that round is gonna hit and it will probably do some damage. So close, I would say, not so close to being laser accurate. M103A2, that slower shell speed does kind of make you go, oh, let me do a few more calculations, or maybe I won't be as far away. I'll try to mid-range. I won't do, cross the map sniping. You definitely, with the M103A2, is like, oh, somebody track that tank. Somebody track that tank and I'll do the rest. Please track the tanks. Please, people, seriously. Track tanks, okay? It helps. Stopping the enemy makes it easier for everyone to do the farming and eliminate the enemy. So, yeah. That was my impressions of M103A2. On to the T-10B. Well, holy crap. This upgraded boom snout is an upgraded boom snout, which was a shock, because usually in Cold War mode, there's just a version 2 of the previous gun, which sometimes I felt was like, well, there was no version 2. Like, when they upgraded the tank, they didn't upgrade the gun, they kept the gun because it was good. I guess that's sort of Wargaming's workaround for improved fire control system, maybe, but yeah. No, here there's a whole different type of 122mm. It has far better ammo speed, clocking it at 1,650 meters per second. I understand there's like, oh, we're not slinging HE rounds, but they're actually standard rounds. No. Though, accuracy better, but still Russian. So, still, aim in time. It's more of that. It still holds true to being a support medium. This is one where I honestly, this part on the Siegfried line, I was surprised how I got away with playing like this with this armor. I don't know if they were auto aiming or what, or if I just got lucky with the angles and angle of my tank is right. I don't know, but with the lack of gun depression this tank has, I felt foolish going in, and then when the shot started flying, I was like, oh, I'm doing damage. They're not doing damage to me. What is going on? But I guess I was just able to pull back soon enough. But that's kind of where any improvements end. Aside from that, it is still best to play it, like I said, a support medium, although on the cumbersome side. Definitely, I guess, closer to the M60 line. It's not as nimble as like T-55 variant and their variants, or obviously the Leopards. So, yeah, this is one of those ones where, yeah, you might want to throw on a traction system to help with the turning. That might help. Aside from that, yeah, you definitely, armor feels like medium armor. I know I kind of just proved differently, but this is a tank, and I mentioned it with the M103A2. I don't want to get detected, except unlike me, this has a huge detection circle. So I did, in one of the play sessions I had, I did get ammo rack finally in this, and it was just, it's the armor that is so much thinner, and even from the front, again, that kind of pike nose type, from certain angles, it's just flat armor that so many low caliber boom snouts can penetrate. One of them being the Scorpion 90. Yeah, I had a situation where it was doing little damage to me, but it was penning from a lot of angles because it was doing the circle of death. And I was kind of like, oh dear, please go away. Or could someone track you and I will then shoot you? It was one of those eye-opening things, like, ooh, man, yeah, Scorpion 90. I think we underestimate it just because it's played so rarely and doesn't have 18 in it, but Scorpion 90 can be frustrating. And because of that armor, it was one of those things, like I said at the start of the match. I was like, oh, I bounced. That's the model you guys. Like, oh, I bounced. I am shocked. I was not anticipating that. So you don't really trust it. You kind of do get paranoid. Like, please don't get detected. Because if I get detected, I am definitely, someone's definitely gonna shoot at me, and I don't like that. So, when it comes to deciding which one I like more, well, we're running into an issue of where the T80s, and I'm bringing this up now, is having a fully upgraded T80. I haven't gotten to the next tank yet, and starting to have that Era 3 speed. Although you don't have the accuracy of the armor, but just that speed alone, where now it's really becoming imperative to have a base of a 60 kilometers per hour speed, feels even more necessary. And it was kind of like, boy, thankfully the T80s don't seem to have the armor. My god, I have reinforced gassing and that thing still catches fire. But I think as far as future proofing, the T-10B with more experience, and as any good support tank needs, the winning team, I think the T-10B will be more enjoyable. But again, it's, you wouldn't, if you feel like old reliable is preferable, then the M103A2 is where you want to go. But it's really hard for me to say, but I will say, I think the better of the two tanks, the M103A2 is for the unskilled, the T-10B is for the more experienced and brave. So keep your tracks on the ground. I hope the RNG's in your favor. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.